Hi, I'm Lauri. Nice to have you here today. I want to talk a bit today about emotional intelligence, which emotional awareness. Awareness is the first step on any part of our journey to inner knowing, to getting to know ourselves better, to learn more about what our place is in the world, our values, how we want to show up. Awareness is such a key part to that. I want to talk a bit today about our emotions, being aware of our emotions, being able to name our emotions, regulate our emotions. These we are emotional beings and we always are having some emotion happening. But how often are we really aware of it, able to name it and know what to do with it? And I like to describe that self-awareness, emotional self-awareness, almost like the weather. I'm sitting here on, it happens to be a snowy day, but internally we have a weather. There might be days where our internal weather is very sunny. There can be moments where our weather becomes very stormy. Our weather can be dark, it can be cold, it can be warm, it can be overcast. So many words to describe what our emotions can be. The first step is really being able to even stop for a few moments and name it. So that's my invitation to you right now. Take a few moments, even pause this video if you want, and just take a few deep breaths and consider, how do I feel right now? What emotions am I aware of? And do this with compassion and non-judgment, knowing that there is no right or wrong way to be. There is just however you are right now. And so as we continue considering that we have our emotions, we have our emotional weather, there's also emotional weather of the people around us, the environment we're in, the activities we partake in. Now, let's take a step back, consider our internal weather again. If it's a sunny, warm day, you're going to dress a certain way. So regulating our emotions is kind of like what you wear to accommodate the weather. Stormy day, you might, if it's a snow day, you might wear boots. If it's a sunny, hot day, you might wear shorts. Again, we are regulating based on our external weather. We can do the same internally. So, let me use an example. If you have a day where, well, you know how it feels right before a storm. Um, Perhaps the clouds are rolling in, maybe it's going to be a thunderstorm. And you see those clouds rolling in, you feel that perhaps anxiety or anticipation of what is coming. Consider that emotionally. Sometimes we have something happening or something we're anticipating, and we may feel ourselves in a very anxious way. How does that impact the choices we make about how we emote, I guess, right? I'll give you an example of how I handle that. For many years, I have, and I continue to have my moments of anxiety, anticipation, right? Living in the future as opposed to in the present. When I feel myself in that state, first, I name it, anxious. Secondly, I take a deep breath and I treat myself with compassion. And it's okay, right? It's okay. I can regulate this in different ways. I regulate my anxiety by pausing, by connecting with my breath, bringing myself back into the present moment, reminding myself that in this moment, I am good, I am safe, all is well. It's that gentle reminder to myself to move into the present that helps me regulate my anxious moments. And it takes practice, it takes a lot of practice. And there are moments where we forget, but again, those are just, we're aware that we've forgotten. So we move back into that awareness. Lots of tools we can use to regulate and practice not only that awareness, but then the choices we make about our responses rather than reactions in the moment. We also are empathic beings, whether we realize it or not. Many of us aren't necessarily aware that we pick up on the emotions of others. So, taking those moments, especially if we're in a situation where we are with other people, perhaps a work situation where you're collaborating with others or problem solving with others, being aware of the emotional weather in a group and how we can help regulate not only ourselves, but through regulating ourselves, influence the weather of others, can go a long way to helping our relationships in the workplace and personally. This whole subject of emotional intelligence and emotional self-regulation and just having a literacy around it is a huge topic. And this was one I just wanted to introduce to you and consider how you can check in with your emotional weather today and perhaps just be aware of how you may respond to that. And I'd love to hear more about your journey to self-awareness, how your emotions fit in for you, successes you've had, uh, tips and tools that you use. So thank you for joining me, and may your day go with ease.